Welcome to the call, all you guys. There's a lot of people, Alan in Manitoba and Bob and Carrie. Hey, welcome, Carrie. You're on all the Don, Doug and Douglas. Good on you. Eddie McGuire. Editha's on fire, folks. She's doing well. I spoke to your guy this morning in Philippines, Editha Fontana, up there in the cowgirl land. Mr. iPhone. There you go. Monty is crushing it. I can never figure out, is he in Medicine Hat or is he in Saskatchewan? But Monty and Maria doing good. Mr. Muragisan, I hope you're going to be a good guy.
I'm in Saskatchewan.
Okay, how'd you get unmuted? He's in Saskatchewan. Okay, we won't hold that against you, Monty. Well, hopefully you can get to a state province that's got a little scenery. Ooh. Welcome to the call, Ronnie Greeno and Ryan Araba. Good on you, Ryan. You made it to the call. That's great. Ryan's over here. Sri, all the way down under. Good
Thank
for you.
you.
Yeah, welcome to the call. So let's get started here for these people. We're fraction late. Xcelerate fuel tabs. You know, you could be suffering from coronavirus. I want to talk to you about a little bit kind of like business, but at the same time, you know, you've got to be excited. You know, we're in times these days where we really have to be paying attention to what we're doing ourselves, because the world's not such a great place anymore. You know, the stream seems to be flowing against us. It's a little harder to try and keep our head above water, and you need to be doing something to be putting money in your pocket. And in the whole career I've had for coming on to 30 years now in this profession, that's all I've ever done. I sold my bricks and mortar businesses. Every time we're out there to help people, we say, we're out there to help people. What you're actually doing though is taking money out of their pocket. I don't want to, there's nothing, I'm not knocking any of those. You know, I was paid over $21.6 million, so I'm not against it. But we're asking people to spend money on a health product, right? That they probably would not normally have bought. Or asking them to get involved and try and understand some sort of blockchain or crypto or whatever it is, right, that they're doing, and they're going to spend money. And we know that the bulk of those people don't earn as much as they spend per month. And so what you're actually doing is not helping them, you're adding to their credit card debt. But what we got right here, save fuel. Every single person that you know is under the dilemma of the rising fuel costs. They're not going to go away. It's not because there's a war in Russia. It's not because of a president. It's not because of any of that stuff at all. It's because our currency that we have worldwide, yeah, we all got our own national currencies. They're all tied together. They're losing value. And that currency losing value means that $50 barrel of oil takes $120 to buy that one barrel, which converts to, if you remember, a few years back, it was more than $120. All you guys up there in Alberta, Canada, each and every single one of you guys were in the oil patch and things were good then. And it was still only like $2 a gallon at the gas pump. Now it's the same price for a barrel of oil, but it's $5, $6. I just had someone send me a post last night where it just crossed the $10 mark in the US. That's insane. Why is that? Because it's taking $10 to buy that $2 gallon. Our money is losing. So what are you asking people? They're going to save money. That's what's going to happen. They're saving money by utilizing what we have. Xcelerate fuel tabs. You know, there's a couple testimonies here. The Davis County Sheriff's Office in Utah, 11% increase. You know, they have a $90,000 annual budget on for their gasoline and diesel for their department. They saved $27,800 last year utilizing this tablet. That's a lot more than 11%. That's a great savings, wouldn't you see? Wouldn't you agree? Walmart down in Florida, they got their whole logistics program on it. They've had a great increase. Up there for you Canadians, Hamilton, there'll be many more of these coming out as we're allowed to share with them, because you all just saw it's Dr. Parrish, the man that's behind all of this, that worked with the government and through NASA for rocket fuel to come up with this protocol for gasoline and diesel and propane for himself, and took out the worldwide patent. For 35 years, this has been out there. So we've got a company that's a really good opportunity. And I just say, look, if it runs, it needs to accelerate. So let me ask you a simple question. Would you swap $24 for $60? Remember I said we're going to save people money? That's what we're doing. Would you swap $24 for $60 by buying a $24 pack? That's 6 pills. Each pill treats 20 gallons of gasoline or 20 gallons of diesel. And for you Canucks, that's 70 liters of gasoline or 70 liters of diesel. If you go out and buy one pack for $24, I'm using a 10% saving. At 10%, you're going to save $60 at the fuel pump. Would you do that? You see, we're already saving you money. You're already making money. A $60 pack, would you swap 60 for 180? That's exactly what's going to happen. $60 worth of fuel tabs will save you a minimum $180 at the fuel pump. 10 pack, this, in the team, Dan sent some info to me 2 days ago. This seems to be the most common pack that people are purchasing, which is great. I'm sure they're getting ready to sample. I'm sure most people, like Val, my sponsor, he's got 9 vehicles, for crying out loud. I have 2. One's a motorbike. 9 vehicles, good for him. $160, you'll save $600 in your fuel. And we have a 600 tablet pack. That's 100 pack, 100 of these envelopes. Each pill's less than a gram. The shipping is next to nothing. This is not the front end load someone. This is not out there to go and get you qualified for some big bonus. That's not how it works. Stay with me, and you're going to see that. This is for commercial use. Trucking companies, taxi companies, guys that got great big agricultural outfits. They're running lots of diesel irrigation pumps and tractors and combines and seeding operators and big trucks and grain trucks. This is for guys that are in construction. $1,500, that is 600 tablets. You'll end up saving $6,000. So I can tell you about it. As a gentleman with a gravel trucking business. He's got a little over 500 big gravel trucks on the road, semi trucks. He's got government contracts. And he started out with truck 300 and something, I've forgotten it. And when he did his first month and realized how many, over $1,700 in savings, he's gone out there and he's begging for these large packages to get it on. And you know what? Shipping started yesterday. Orders are open. Shipping started yesterday. So patented Xcelerate fuel tabs. I'm not going to go into the science. I'm just going to tell you how it works. You're going to go further for less. You're going to travel further down the road, more miles, more kilometers for less money out of your pocket. At the same time, you're going to keep your engine younger. Our car or our truck is the second biggest expense. Our homes, whether you lease or buy, is our largest expense. And our second biggest expense is our car or our truck. And the problem is we got to renew them. Whether you buy new or used, you got to keep renewing them. Why do we have to do that? Because when you burn fuel, which is organic, it comes from the earth, and you burn it, it's a carbon product. It produces more carbon. That's what the emissions are. And that carbon builds up on the inside of your engine. It's like sandpaper, and it wears everything out. What this product does is take that deposits of emissions of carbon and it's unburnt fuel and turns it back into fuel. So it cleans your engine, makes your engine run more efficiently, keeps your engine younger, save at the fuel pump is the biggest thing. Take back control. Take back control. Start getting, if you think it's the government, great, go stick it to them. Take back control. You actually are, because the less money you spend at the pump, the less taxes you're paying. Think about that. So take back control. It's time we start to look after ourselves. So people ask me, could you kind of give me a rundown on the pills? Well, it's right on the pack. It really is. It's the original. We'll cover that in a minute. 35 years, the original. Someone said to me, does it work? How do I know? Well, you're going to see in a slide or two that's treated over 4 billion gallons already. It'll cover cars, trucks, motorbikes, tractors, lawnmowers, boats. It increases your fuel efficiency. It lowers your emissions. It increases the power and the output and the torque in your engine. It cleans your engine. There are 6 pills in one bag, one envelope. They treat 20 gallons. So that would be 120 overall, or 70 liters of fuel. Someone do 6 sevens is 420 liters. It's patented. We're the only company with a patent worldwide. Ask any other company out there. Well, if you got a patent, show it to us. They'll say they do. No, they don't. We're the only company that's EPA registered. See, it's right here on the label. Ask them. They'll show you one. You go, that's not the name of your company. That's not the name of your pill, because they've copied and pasted someone else. Ours is the only one that's EPA registered with our name, our product as the EPA registration. 100% safe. Comes with a guarantee. 35 years of research into this. So let's move on. Save on fuel. Who wouldn't want to save on fuel? How much does the average person spend on fuel? They just did a study the other month, and it's outrageous. You know, we jump into our vehicle and we burn gasoline or diesel to not just go pick up the groceries, not just go get our kids from school, not just go down and watch a sporting event. We use our vehicles to get to our jobs, or if we have a job that we use a vehicle to use for our jobs, to have the right to earn money. And that money is trying to keep our head above water and pay our debt. We have to utilize our vehicle to earn income. And you know how much the average family in North America is spending on fuel now? From 10% to 25%. And if you're using a vehicle commercially, it's more. From 10 to 25%, a quarter of your paycheck, you're giving back in the expense to drive for fuel just for the right to earn. That's insane, isn't it? Well, we're going to do something about it. We're going to save on maintenance. We're going to lower the emissions. Hey, if you're thinking about the earth like I do, you want to do that. You want to lower what's coming out of your tailpipe, because you know all the other companies that even say this, they got 10% active ingredient. That's it, just 10%. You're going to see in a slide or two that we have 100% active ingredient, and the bulk of their product is a detergent that just washes the inside of your engine. So when you wash something, you know, it goes down, you wash your body, it goes down the shower floor and out the plug to the sewer. You know, in your car, when you wash off the inside of your engine with the detergent, just goes back into the oil in the oil sump. And then your car pumps it back up into your motor, and you're recycling the same garbage over and over and over. It's not doing anything. You're going to save on fuel costs. You're going to be able to lower the octane level. That's right. You know, it costs whatever from 81 or 84 to 87 to 92 to 94, or you might be running a super high-end boat or race bike and you're running 110. It costs you a fortune at the pump. It's more money. You can choose a lower octane level because it's increasing the output. More torque, more power, more combustion. So we're often imitated, but you know what? Nobody's ever been able to duplicate us. Nobody. It's formulated by a PhD chemist. Now, you know the name now because it got posted, Dr. Parrish. That's a family that worked with this. See, Dr. Parrish worked for NASA, and he was commissioned by the government to come up with a scientific way of altering the molecular structure of fuel, solid rocket fuel, so it would burn faster. If you take a sheet of paper, I'm not sure if on camera, you take a sheet of paper, that's the amount of fuel, and you light it, it'll burn from one side to the other. If you take the same sheet of paper and you cut it up into 100 little pieces or 1,000 pieces, it's the same amount of fuel. You put it in a pile and put a match to it, boom, and you get a really good release of energy quicker. So that's what he did. And he went, you know what? I could apply this to gasoline. I could apply this to diesel. And they were smart enough back then to go and take a worldwide patent out on this, which now they're into the third one. 2015 is when they renewed the patent the last time. Does it work? You better believe it. 4 billion gallons. How come you never heard of it? Because his family was happy just to deal with commercial clients themselves and not get caught up in all of this public. But, you know, they were approached by many people. Unfortunately for us, through an unfortunate event with a prior company, and we went and looked all the legal documents to figure out what the heck was going on. There was one family that was always going to court to clear up the mess. And when we got a hold of them and they saw the integrity of Dan Maltese, they said, yeah, we'll go public for the first time in our life. So you guys are lucky, hey? 4 billion gallons. It's patented worldwide. We're the only one that's got a patent. It's EPA registered. We're the only one that's EPA registered with our name. There's no other one like it, 35 years. So it's pretty exciting to have the best, right? Remember that gal, that your favorite gal, your car, or your favorite sport vehicle you've got, or sport motorbike you got? You don't want to hurt her. You would only want to put the best in. So I'm going to put this up one more time. You can look through it. 80% reduced emissions, 20% savings on fuel, 30% increase in power. And there's our EPA registration. It just doesn't get any better. So with our name. So for you folks that are here to learn about the product and learn about putting money back in your pocket by saving at the pump, then there's a lot more information that's in our Facebook group, a lot more information in Telegram, a lot more information the person that gave it to you will share with you about it. There are some people who want to know the science about it. But you know what? There's other people on the call. There's other people on the call that say, look, I want to save money on my fuel, but I'd like to have a business. I understand this thing's going to be a slam dunk. I understand that I could possibly win for the first time in my life. I can understand instead of going out there and making just a handful of dollars, that you could possibly be making $400, $500, $1,000, $3,000 a month. You see, you notice I didn't say any 50 or 100,000 odd dollars. You sure can. You can be making $250,000 a month. But it's more important to me, you know, that $400 or $500. Karen's on the call. I know Karen, Monty. Look, Karen, I want you to think about all those single mums out there. $400 a month. That's the difference between putting hamburger helper on the plate for the kids a couple nights a week or putting real beef on the plate, right? $400 a month. I saw a meme the other day, a lady at the gas station thinking, do I buy fuel or do I buy groceries? Making that hard decision. $400 a month, folks, is peanuts because what do you got? You got a product that every single person out there is annoyed about. They're all annoyed at the fact of what they have to spend to buy fuel. And you can do something about it. It's so easy to involve people if you solve their problem. And this is the biggest problem on people's minds right now, because all you got to say is, you know, when you go to the gas pump, however often it is, most people, it's once or twice a week. How do you feel when you look at the price of gas? You know the answer they're going to tell you. So your business will equate to like this, all these pills, all these tablets. They're going to have this many people all over the place using our product, and you're going to get paid. When you introduce someone the very first time, the very first package they buy, you're sent a fast start bonus. And if they purchase the $24 pack, you're sent $10. You, as the person who introduced them. And then you're going to get paid on all subsequent orders that come after that. If they purchase a $60 pack, and this is the most common pack, then you'll see in a minute why you would want to, if you're going to be in business and want to earn and be an agent, you would have this pack, because this qualifies you for all the upcoming income in a minute. You paid $21. Now, let's say you introduced Bob, and Bob said, yeah, I want a 60 pack. I got a family, I got a few vehicles, I would probably like to go and share it with a few others. You're paid $21. Bob goes out and tells one of his mates, you're paid $6, and Bob gets the 21. Now that mate goes and tells his girlfriend, and she says, yeah, I'm spending money driving over here to see you. And she orders the pack. You're paid $3. Bob's mate's paid $6, and Bob 21. You see how it works? 3 levels deep, fast start bonus. It's 50% added up. On a $160 pack, it's the same thing. $56 to you, $16 to you if that person shares it to someone. And if the next person, second person shares it to a third, you're paid $8. And on the large pack, it's more money again. So that makes a difference right up front. Now, there's no qualification for this. You just went and enrolled for free. There's no yearly or monthly level to be in this company. You've seen that. You go to acceleratefueltabs.com/, the name of the person who introduced you, and you put in your information. Now you're placed into the 3x8 community, and you share this with somebody, you're paid. Got it? Pretty simple, right? There are no gold, diamond, ruby, emeralds. There's no director, manager, whatever. There's no levels in our company. If you're enrolled for free, you have the right to earn income on the fast start bonus. Now you want to go out and earn income on our 3x8. Our 3x8 community, if you purchase the $60 pack for that month, you're qualified to earn. That's it. That's the qualification. And if someone in your team, that 3x8, that means there's 3 people on your front line, then there's 9 people, whether those 3 people introduced them or you introduced them, or maybe someone above you introduced them. And then those 9 people, they have 3 people each. That would be 27. And on we go, 81, 256, and off it goes, 8 levels deep. Anyone in those 8 levels, which is just shy of 10,000 people, anybody purchases a $1,500 pack. If you have, I'll say it one more time, a $60 order or greater, you qualify for this income, 65 bucks, every single time they purchase. If any one of the people go out and purchase a $24 pack in that whole 3x8, you paid $1. If they purchase a $60 pack, you paid $3, regardless who they are. If they purchase a $160 pack, you paid $8. So if you start to do the math on this, this adds up very quickly. And every time I break this down in other longer trainings, I use just the $3 pack. And that'll equate to, I'll give you first thing I'll tell you. When you start with our company, if you've not introduced anybody, you've purchased a pack, the $60, and you haven't introduced anybody, but there are people filling up beneath you. And there's a lot of you on this call that know that. You all experience it. Some of you going, what? Who's this guy? Well, I happen to be enrolling people. Or someone above you was enrolling people and they got placed in your team. You're paid on the first, second, and third level, regardless if you've already broke the ice and introduced someone yourself. That's 39 different people you could be paid on. On $3, that's $112. You haven't even introduced a person, our company will still pay you. It increases after that, increases greatly. It goes up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and then thousands of dollars, and then into the tens of thousands of dollars. So that's really important. Now, some people say to me, Mal, if there's only 8 levels, kills me when that happens. Well, Mel, there's only 8 levels. Well, I know only a handful of people on the planet that can build teams of more than 10,000 people themselves. But you know what? I kind of got something to tell you. When you got something like what we got, when everybody's using it, when everybody's upset about it, when you're saving everybody money, when it's something that is the most common thing that they do each day is hop in their vehicle and you're giving them a solution to that problem, I'm pretty sure the average Joe will end up more than 10 levels deep. I think the other night I just looked and went, I was trying to help someone. I got to level 18 already. Level 18, trying to go down there to find someone's username to help them out because they couldn't remember what name they used when they enrolled. Oh my. You get a 50% matching bonus. Think about this. Let's say you go out there and help a person and they start filling up their team. Whatever they earn on this 3x8 community build, you're paid 50%. Now that person could be in a day or 2, but you could be 3 weeks from now, and that person could be on your 5th or your 6th or your 8th level. You're still paid a 50% matching bonus. There's no qualification for this. You have a $60 order, you paid that bonus. That person, they could be on your 18th level or your 21st or your 221st or even 1,000 levels down to infinity. If you personally introduce that person, whatever they earn on their 3x8 community, you're paid a 50% matching bonus. That means we have an unlimited opportunity to earn and earn by sharing with people. So what you got right now, I put out a post last night. What you got right now is more than ground floor. Believe me. I told the story, if you haven't heard it, from last night, that when I was little, my dad was a carpenter and then he became a foreman and then a clerk of works and then a supervisor. And once a month he had to go into Sydney to the Black Stump, the second tallest high-rise building in Sydney. Sydney back then, Shri will maybe remember this, was only 1 million and something people, wasn't a big metropolis it is now. And I'd want to go because I really liked big, tall buildings. And they were building lots of skyscrapers and office buildings. So you'd walk along the city block with him, catch we'd drive to the edge of the harbor and leave the car and catch the ferry across the harbor. And then we'd come up and walk uptown from the Circular Quay. And you'd walk past these big, big buildings that were about to be built. And each month we'd walk past, there'd be the big boarding, the safety boardings. And then all I'd see is big gravel trucks hauling out rock and dirt. And I keep asking my dad, They tell me they're building a foundation. I go, I don't see anything. All I see is I hear great big earth moving equipment and trucks driving out, blocking the traffic. And there was these holes in the wall, but they were 6 foot high. I couldn't see. I was knee-high to grasshopper. I get lifted up and I'd look in. There'd be this hole, 5 stories, 6 stories down into the earth. They were digging down. That's where they're getting ready for the foundation that will bring the construction to ground floor. That's where you're at right now, right down there where we're still digging down into the earth to build that foundation. And then what you saw for the next 4 or 5 months was just steel trucks and concrete trucks showing up every day. That was it. You never saw any sort of construction. What were they doing? They were pouring all that foundation. That's coming yet. You're not even to that stage with this business. And over nearly a year, they'd be up to ground floor. They'd finally reach street level. And then at that point, that's what you get to see. That's coming for you. And at that point, up went the steel structure. And it wasn't a building. It was just all the framing and the center lift towers. And that started to grow at a kind of a good pace. That's where your business is starting to take off. That's down the road, folks. That's not down the road in a week. That's not down the road in a month. That's down the road now, 6 to 8 months away from now, 10 months from now. And then what happens? They start cladding the outside of that building, and all of a sudden it takes off and they're doing a floor a day. And in 2-3 months, that 60-story building's fully clad and you're looking at a high rise and you're up in the clouds above everybody. And that's where you got an income that allows you to have all the choices you want in the world. That's where you can start to make decisions for yourself. You see, I've earned a fortune, and that's what it's got nothing to do with the money. It's got to do with the choices. Having extra money and covering all your bills and not having any debt allows you choices. That's why I'm living here on a 10 acres on a beach. That's why I've lived on different islands and all over the world. Choices. You deserve the right to go out there and have all the choices in the world for yourself. But it won't happen unless you make the right choice. You're going to make a choice today. Am I going to get after this? Am I going to get out there and start helping people? Don't get out there thinking about how much money you're going to make. Don't get out there and vomit all over them with science and we got a business and you're going to make money. Get out there and say, hey, how do you feel about the price of gas? And just let them rant and rave. Don't interrupt them. Just let them rant and rave. And when they're finished, ask them, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? They haven't got a clue. I go, I don't know. Great, I got a solution. And they'll say, share it with me. And guess what happens when you share it with them? They're going to do something about it. So get back to the person that introduced you to this call and get started with us at XcelerateFuelTabs.com. Fill in your information. And then you're going to go to Shop Xcelerate, a separate site, and you'll place your order. And on Shop Xcelerate, when you place the order, you're going to need to put in a password, not the password you used when you enrolled. It's XF tabs, X for Xcelerate, F for fuel, tabs. And that will allow you entry to that site. And then I've got a PDF and everybody's got it shared with them. And you just fill in your info. And you know how it ties you to your site? When you put in your email in that process of ordering, it syncs it to you and everybody in the community. And you get your order and they already started shipping and you'll be getting your orders soon. So I'm going to unmute the call. You guys can all say good day and goodbye. And then we're going to stop the recording. And thanks for being here and see you guys at the top.